What is going on? We back at it again with another video take beat for very comics. I saw this a couple of days ago, the thumbnail. How powerful is Darth Maul, man? We got some Darth Maul love, bro. I love it. Again, I've been on my Star Wars bit, my little crave, you know what I mean? Been watching the Clone Wars, Holden and Jen. Shout out to them. And then, you know, episode 3. I've been playing Battlefront 2 lately, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I've been just on my little craze. And then, you know, Tales of Underworld was cool. Tales of Underworld was cool. Better than fucking Empire. Ventress, the first episode was really cool. The second two, this character development, I feel like it would have been better for Ventress if it had more episodes for her story, man. Cad Bane shit, Lord have mercy. Ooh. Ooh, wee. Ooh, wait. Ooh, that boy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, I digress. Dang, what the fuck going on? Oh yeah, Andor's going on. I don't care for Andor. I really don't. When they first announced Andor years ago, I was like, I ain't asked for this shit. Never asked for that shit. That nigga gonna die anyway, bro. I don't know why they even did that shit. But I digress. Hit the video like, man. Comment down below and subscribe with 3K. Subscribe, man. Fireball on Patreon, Twitch, and the game channel. Link in the description down below. Of course, subscribe to various comments. Give them boys a 3 million, bro. They been doing this, big bro. They been doing this. Anyway, let me hit that W intro.
What's up, my comic comrades?
My boy.
Happy Revenge of
Get my goat. Get my goat.
the 5th, my fellow Star Wars fans.
Revenge of the 5th.
Darth Maul is easily one of the best Sith of all time, and to celebrate the announcement of his brand new animated series.
Wait. Please be good. I cannot wait. Oh my god.
Darth Maul Shadow Lord, which will be releasing next year on Disney+.
Yeah. Next year, yeah.
Thought it was the perfect time to give the Dathomirians some spotlight, showing everyone just how powerful he is. As a brief recap for the few who don't know much about Darth Maul, he was the Sith apprentice of Darth Sidious.
The other demon. Ignorant, bro.
Originally as a Brack Knight brother from Iridonia and the son of Mother Talzin, the leader of the
Crazy.
Night Sisters.
Crazy.
See, when Maul was still a child, Sidious took him from Talzin and subjected him to brutal dark side training, which turned Maul into a deadly assassin and powerful Sith. Although, as we saw in his debut in Phantom Menace, he appeared to be killed by Obi-Wan Kenobi. However, it was revealed in the Clone Wars animated series that Maul survived, replacing his legs with robotic ones out of a deep thirst for revenge to get back at Obi-Wan. Maul was aided in the Clone Wars revenge by his brother Savage.
Must have revenge. Ah, God. And the thing, like, that shit was so cool. I seen the concept art for him using the Force for those fucking legs he had, bro. It was like, oh, that was, and he still was using it himself too. You know, it's probably hard to tell and shit. Yeah, but man, I saw that shit, bro. This was the whole. I remember the whole the whole time period, bro. Cause it was hype. You know, man, Maul back. Like, you know, I'm saying, the Clone Wars shit. Instead of yellow, it was red. It was like, hold on, bro. What's going on with it? It was like an event for this nigga, bro. It was crazy. Anyway.
Press. But if you want to know all about
Survival's
history,
W's too, man. Survival was a W, man.
Right here. All right, with that said, let's get into some Darth Maul feats. First and foremost, the first time we ever saw Maul, which was in episode 1, he killed Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn, one of the greatest Jedi of all time in one-on-one combat. You know, the Jedi who trained Obi-Wan. This is insanely impressive because Qui-Gon was a formidable lightsaber duelist. He practiced Form 4 of lightsaber dueling called Ataru. It's an aggressive...
And he would have been on the Jedi Council, but he turned that shit down.
Fast-paced form of lightsaber fighting that uses acrobatic speed and powerful strikes. It's more suited for younger Jedi who are more agile, so Qui-Gon, being older, adapted to rely more on timing and efficiency, patience, and discipline. Qui-Gon was so in tune with the Force, this made his fighting style very instinctive and fluid. He had very deliberate strikes, keeping calm in a fight. So his fighting, combined with how in tune he was with the Force, made him incredibly formidable. I mean, this is the same Jedi that perceived threats that other Jedis on the Council did not. He was the one who realized that Anakin was the chosen one. He also trained Obi-Wan Kenobi, who then went on to train Anakin
The GOAT.
Skywalker and Luke Skywalker, meaning that legacy traces all the way back to Qui-Gon. Not to mention, he was the first to learn to become a Force ghost, becoming one with the Force after death, which was a massive spiritual breakthrough no Jedi before him had achieved. All that to say, Darth Maul beating him just proves how skilled of a lightsaber.
Well, I guess that's in Disney canon, right? I don't think before Disney bought Star Wars, I don't think he could become a Force ghost. I think all you could probably hear was bro voice, I think, right? Was just his voice.
Lightsaber duelist and powerful in the Force, Maul is. Speaking of defeating a great Jedi, in Star Wars Darth Maul, Son of Dathomir issue 3, we see Maul hold his own
W fucking comic. Why don't they animate this shit, bro? Why don't they animate this shit? You about to die. Ayla! Oh my god, peak. This out the dog. Out the dog. So they would
against Mace Windu and Ayala Secura, two prominent Jedi masters. When Mace and Ayala show up, they say to Dooku and Maul, as Maul is working with Dooku at this time, "Stand down in the name of the Republic." This
you know how lit this will be animated?
Dooku replies, "Agreed. I can promise you that your deaths won't be remembered." At this point, Dooku takes on Obi-Wan and Jedi Master Tipley, while Maul takes Mace and Ayala, telling them, finally, a fair fight. Meaning it takes two Jedi Masters to be a fair fight against Maul. And that proves to be true, as Maul handles both Jedi, taking care of them off-panel before him and Dooku get away. Now, we're going to keep giving you examples of feats that Maul has done, but I also have to mention two
animate that Lucasfilm. What the fuck wrong with y'all niggas, bro?
Files book from 2001. As their official statements from Star Wars, one quote from the book says that Darth Maul is one of the most skilled and deadly warriors in Sith history, while another says he was one of the most highly trained Sith in the history of the Order. Now, I'd say this is a pretty big deal, as George Lucas had to approve of this, so you know it's true. But of course, we gotta mention the time Maul casually moved the starship with a simple wave of his hand.
All bro was missing, bro, was Sith Force lightning, bro. All bro was missing in his repertoire. He probably he would have learned it if, you know what I'm saying, he didn't get, you know, in half. He would have learned it. Oh man.
And in Clone Wars Season 5, in Episode 1, it's an amazing lightsaber battle where initially Maul and Savage have the upper hand, wanting Obi-Wan. By the end of the fight, Obi-Wan, Maul, and Savage have their lightsabers locked up. But Obi-Wan is able to kick Savage in the knee and then push their sabers away, at which point he swiftly cuts off one of Savage's arms.
And you gotta think about it too, bro. He been gone for a cool grip. This man been, you know what I'm saying, flourishing. He still was struggling against bro.
All worried about his injured brother, then turns to Obi-Wan and Force pushes him away so that he can get Savage to safety, telling him, "Come, my apprentice, this plan has failed, but we will have another opportunity." But as Maul is running, one of his robotic legs gets shot off by blaster fire. At which point Savage has to help him run, and as they're continuing to run away, Maul casually uses the Force to lift an entire starship and drop it behind him and his brother to block the pirates and Obi-Wan from chasing him. It works.
Again, he just came back. He was struggling to get his lightsaber at first. And I look, come on, man. That nigga, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's been years. It's been years, and you still struggling to knock this nigga off? Come on, man. Come on.
His brother are able to get away. Now, the craziest thing about this feat is that it's not made a big deal at all. Maul just does it and moves on. But do you know how powerful you have to be to casually move an entire starship with a wave of your hand like it's nothing?
Not even two, just one.
Another insane feat for Darth Maul was shown when he survived
He's my favorite character,
bro. Half in Phantom Menace. You see, originally we all assumed Obi-Wan killed him, as one would when you see someone get cut in half. But of course, we would later find out in the Clone Wars that Maul indeed lived.
Revenge.
Detailed in Star Wars: The Clone Wars Sith Hunters comic, where we see Maul fall and land at the bottom of a reactor shaft before falling further into some container filled with liquid that the reactor flushed out. It's at this point the containers with Maul in one of them was taken to the junk planet of Lotho Minor, but more on that in a bit. Because when Padawan Tatsu is talking to Obi-Wan about Maul's apparent death, he tells Obi-Wan, "I still don't understand how that Sith Lord could even be alive. You cut him in half, Master Kenobi. Not to mention he fell down a reactor shaft." Obi-Wan answers, "Yes, Tatsu. Only one consumed by the dark side of the Force would cling to life so tenaciously. The Sith crave life above all else, Padawan. They wish to control it, dominate it, and thus cling to it with every fiber of their being. I believe Maul's rage
Where the
was
hell
so
music came from?
powerful and his knowledge of the dark side so great, he simply refused to die. But it's not impossible that other forces contributed to Maul's survival. So right there, Obi-Wan flat out says, I believe Maul's rage was so powerful and his knowledge of the dark side so great, he simply refused to die. Now, as we all know,
death can have me when death earned me, nigga.
He beat the Chosen One, Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader, 2 times. He only lost him in New Hope because he...
Oh, facts. Look at this shit. Look. Look what could have been, bro. Look what could have been, bro. Come on, man. Like, why they don't give us a Star Wars what if is beyond... It's just... money on the table, if it's good anyway.
Chose to. He beat Maul twice, he beat Grievous, and the list goes on. The only really big L in his record, who he lost to twice, is Dooku, meaning Obi-Wan is basically Tom Brady. Tom Brady beat everybody except Eli Manning. All that to say, Obi-Wan is arguably the GOAT, and he said that Maul is so powerful in the dark side, and his knowledge so extensive, he was able to keep himself from dying. I'd say the power of life, the power to will yourself alive, is one of the most powerful feats someone can have. But it doesn't stop there. You see, after Maul willed himself to stay alive, mixed with fate being on his side, he's taken to the junk planet of Lothal Minor, where we see him use the Force to make himself cybernetic legs. He literally just uses the Force to gather the junk and electronics needed on the planet to construct himself robotic spider legs, making him more terrifying than ever. Now, though his mind eventually broke on the planet, and it wasn't until his brother Savage found him and brought him to Mother Talzin to restore his body and mind, there is no denying that Maul surviving, being cut in half, makes him extremely powerful, even if fate was on his side with scenarios.
Double the character design too, bro.
What makes Darth Maul extremely powerful, even though people might not look at it that way, as it's him getting beat, is the fact that he was able to take torturing from Darth Sidious, taking repeated Force lightning attacks. And he did not crack. Darth Sidious is the most powerful Sith in the galaxy, and he was using Force lightning on Maul to make him crack, and he didn't give in. That's a feat in itself. But to push that point even further, after his capture, we see in the Star Wars Darth Maul Son of Dathomir comic, issue 1 to be exact,
oh my God.
To be tortured by Force
W
lightning,
comic,
but
bro.
this time by Count Dooku. Dooku asks Maul, I'll ask this only once more. Give me the names of your underworld leaders and the locations of your Shadow Collective bases. Maul says,
never.
As Dooku continues to torture him with Force lightning, but Maul still
like
doesn't
nigga,
break.
I put work in that shit, bro. You have to get that shit easy like that, bro. Hell no. Nah.
Right after this, he's broken out by his Shadow Collective. I don't know about you, but I don't think there's many characters that can withstand continuous Force lightning torture from Sidious and Count Dooku.
That's what I'm saying.
The most powerful Sith to ever exist. But how about this feat from Clone Wars Season 7?
Come
where
on,
Maul
man.
Demonstrates yet again just how powerful he is in the Force. When Homeboy destroys an entire Star Destroyer's hyperdrive, crushing it with the Force.
Facts, bro.
A bunch of Ahsoka troopers even try to stop him, but when they enter the hyperdrive, he just takes said hyperdrive and brings it down on top of them with his Force abilities. Now, we certainly can keep going, but I think ending with the time Maul battled and defeated Pre-Vizsla is a good way to end. You see, in the Clone Wars Season 5, Episode 15, titled Shades of Reason, Darth Maul challenges the leader of Mandalore, Pre-Vizsla, to a fight.
Mandalore!
Now, as all my fellow Star Wars fans know, the way you become the leader of Mandalore is by wielding the Darksaber, and the only way you wield the Darksaber is by winning it in combat, meaning whoever has the Darksaber is technically the most badass and ruthless warrior of Mandalore. But Maul is up for the challenge and starts to fight Vizsla. Now, the fight is pretty damn epic, as Vizsla is using his jetpack to fly around the room and shooting his flamethrower at Maul, as well as trading blows lightsaber to Darksaber. The battle lasts for roughly 3 minutes, and it's amazing, but Darth Maul is ultimately able to disarm Vizsla, then use the Force to bring the Darksaber to his hand, at which point he decapitates Vizsla, winning the battle and becoming the new leader of Mandalore. This is something a lot of us knew, but it's kind of crazy to think that Darth Maul is so powerful, cunning, and manipulative that he was able to win the Darksaber and become the leader of the Mandalorians.
All part of his plan. His design. You feel me?
One of the most feared races in the entire...
Nah, look, see, dead ass though, these fuck niggas, hey, bro, that's y'all law. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad because y'all law then go, you know what I'm saying, then work in y'all favor this time. You know what I'm saying? That's some bullshit. You should have bent the knee, bro. All you niggas, bend the knee. That nigga lost, bro. That nigga head rolled off the damn shit, bro. He lost, man. Just cause he an outsider, he can't. Fuck that. That's y'all rules. That's y'all law. Y'all did that. Y'all made it up. But now since y'all nigga lost, y'all sore losers. Anyway.
Entire galaxy. But there you have it, several examples that show just how powerful Darth Maul is. Like I said earlier, there's way more we could go.
It could have been way more. I believe the original sequel trilogy was supposed to be with this nigga. You feel me? 7, 8, 9. George's script. You know, with another new apprentice, a Twi'lek, Darth Talon, aka a bad bitch. Cause I seen the, oh my fucking god. Yeah, but then we got what we got. We got what we got. Unfortunately, it is what it is, bro.
Over, we just chose a handful that hopefully drives that point across. With that said, happy Revenge of the 5th, and hope you had a happy May the 4th. And we'll see you next time when we talk about all things comics. But also, may the Force be with you. Punch into my face, then punch out, then punch back in, and roll credits.
Stupid. Ooh. Clone Wars. That hallway scene. Like, he even put the hallway scene in there. You know what I'm saying? That was cool. You know, no blade, just force. You know what I mean? So, great character, bro. Very character. Hopefully I can't wait for the show, man. I really cannot wait for the show. I got a whole show dedicated to my nigga, bro. I cannot wait for that shit. Oh god. Anyway, thank you for watching. You guys enjoy this reaction, man. Give it a like, comment down below, and subscribe. Roll to 3K. Subscribe. Saying if I quit the gaming channel down below. Let me know who your favorite character is in Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Jedi or Sith related. You know, scoundrel, don't really matter, bro. Let me know. Han, it could be Han, be Luke, Leia. You know what I'm saying? Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, don't really matter. Sidious, don't really matter. But yeah, love y'all. Y'all the next one. Peace.